Hello, it's Naomi from Nene Makes, and for this tutorial I will be showing you how to make these wonderful tassels. These tassels haven't had their centre wrap around yet, but I will show you exactly how to do that in a minute. But firstly we will need a 4-inch square cardboard. This one I've wrapped up in tape to make it a bit more stable, a pair of sharp scissors, and a collection of the yarns that you will be needing to match your project. These all have been pulled ready for me to use and gather up, so make sure that they're all knot free and tangle free so that we can use them to wrap around without getting into a mess. So to start with, we need our 4-inch card and a piece of yarn that has been cut off, ready to tie the centre together. With our piece of yarn, you can either lie it across the card now to wrap it around, or you can thread it through after you've finished wrapping. But I think safety wise, it's easier to put it in the centre before we wrap. So place all of your yarns together onto your card so that they're all the same length. They've all reached the bottom and a little bit more off the bottom, like so, over the top of your centre pulley yarn. Holding it securely, we can go underneath, avoiding the tail, and wrap around. That's number 1. Pulling these ends a little bit more so that they're all straight. Number 2. Now, depending on how thick you want your tassels to be, there's number 3. Go even thicker. And number 4. For these ones, I think that one is 4 times round, and these ones are 5 times, so they're quite chunky. But the average size, I suppose, would be around 4 wraps around your card. Making sure these ties are pulled out of the way. Hold it down. Now with these ties, we can tie into a secure knot at the top, like so, holding it in the middle to stop it unraveling, and then pull tightly, like so. And again, one more. There we are. So that is safely tied at the top. Now pulling these out of the way so we don't end up cutting them off. Pull this nice and tight, holding it there. We can cut the ends off. Now we have this part here at the bottom of the card. We can place our scissors underneath and safely cut along the edge of the card, like that. Take our card out and we have one gathered tassel. Now to do the centre, with our gathered yarns, we can pick any of the colours out. Let's go with a nice dark colour. And 1, 2, 3 pulls maybe. So that is possibly folded in half again. I don't know if you can see this on camera there. So roughly about that long. Now, if we find the middle, we can place our tassel into the centre. and as we grab the middle, it will turn around like so, and then do the same again that we did on the top part. A nice tight knot. Hold in the middle with our finger so that it's not coming loose. Tie another knot there. 2 just to be sure, like that, so that we have our top ties, and now we have our 2 middle ties. Now to wrap them, this is how I like to do these. I don't know if anyone else does it this way. It might be bonkers, but this is how it's always worked for me, and I've made so many of them now that it's always worked best this way. Hold everything in one hand like this. Here's our top tie for the top of it. If you pull that out slightly so you've got a loop. Now with the centre 2, you can see these centre 2 pieces here. Pull one of them out and then keep the other one tight. Holding it steady in the middle, using the one that we've pulled out, we can wrap around the middle quite tightly. Don't worry if it doubles up in anywhere, and leave a tail roughly for 6 inches long. With our other tail, you can see it sticking out. Let's try and pull it out without it attaching anywhere. We now need to go the opposite direction. I think that goes underneath that thread there. Bring you under. There we go. This one is going over the top. So this one, we go under the bottom. So holding, making sure that this dude is staying underneath, out of the way, we wrap the opposite direction. As many times as you want, it doesn't really matter. This one I can leave a bit longer, but it all depends on how thick you want this centerpiece to work. But there we go. These 2 are quite tight enough, I think. Bring him to the bottom of your wrap where this one should be. So now we have both of them together along the bottom. So if they're at the top, then they'll get stuck. So we need to tie them in a knot at the bottom of what we've gathered by giving it a big knot there, so that our knot sits underneath. That way we don't see it. If not, then you can use a darning needle to thread it through to hide the knot. But that way, if you do it, work at the bottom, the knot can hide underneath. And there we go. With our loop, we just pull it out. That saves us having to fight with it. And then you can adjust it. You can pull these bits down, pull the sides up a bit, pull these through the middle, making sure everything is all the same size, so that our top half is the same all the way around. Now with the bottom half, if we gather them all up into our hand, we can trim all of that end off. Being very careful we do not attack our hand. These scissors are sharp. And you can do it as neat as you want or as messy as you want, it really doesn't matter. Like that. There we have it. One finished tassel. I hope this video has helped you. Please, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to my channel. I'd love you to see any other videos that I have coming out. Hit subscribe, that'd be grand. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.